feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Collegiate Battlegrounds Association tonight with the Diamond Division games here on this fine Monday, March 26th. My name is Airless Goose tonight, joined by my esteemed co-host.
Hey everyone, I'm Gigabyte.
And welcome to the Diamond Division games. Let's go ahead quickly take a look at who we got going on here in these games. In first place, Arizona State University, coming off of a two-peat last night, 2 wins in a row in our Diamond Division. Fantastic work, coming in 131 points above our second place University of Washington. Third place U Cincinnati, consistently doing very well in this division for this split. Oregon in fourth. Then finally going down, we have UC San Diego, University of Texas, Texas Tech, UC Irvine, Florida International, University of Connecticut, UC Boulder, Arizona, East Carolina, Clemson, Robert Morris, Mizzou, Jacksonville State, Florida, and Oregon Tech. So a good showing of guys tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with ASU coming off of that two-peat. Just fantastic work last night.
Yeah, ASU kind of has a fairly commanding lead over Washington right now. I mean, it's well over 100 points. We're looking at, what, 131 points there? Yeah, that's a huge split for Washington to try to be able to catch up to you by the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And I think it's fair to say that both of them are pretty much locked into playoffs at this point. So it's just who can kind of, if they can kind of keep each other up. And I believe that they can.
I don't know. I give Cincinnati a fighting chance of catching up to Washington and making them have to play their way in, but
absolutely, yeah.
There's definitely a decent chance that the 1-2 currently in Diamond Division are going to remain the same.
Yep. So going in, looking at this game in the plane path right now, it's a west to eastbound plane path bearing ever so slightly northbound. Giving teams a lot of coverage to choose. This is a very fair plane path where a lot of teams can choose where they want to go.
Lots of clump teams here. We see a lot of teams kind of bunching around the Rozhok area, and also a bunch of teams going for the southern part of the island. While only one team going for George, and it looks like one team going for Primorsk. So we might see some early action here, depending on how these teams move.
Yeah, and depending on how the landing spots might work, or kind of, where the teams land in their respective regions. Again, in Yaz, if they land across the street from each other, you can see Texas Tech and UConn going up towards Yaz, and a lot of the engagements decide, are we going to land on the same side of the street and where the teams are going to group. And then that kind of dictates the pace of which team wants to push first or last. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that happens. Again, here's a baseline, 57 players and 15 teams coming into the first drop zone. So looking forward to seeing what these guys have to offer.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this early engagement at school works. Oh, they're both on the same team. Never mind, I was wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. So how? Wow. No one actually went. Wait. No one went for Rozhok.
Yeah, actually, they kind of flew over it, and you can see Washington right there. See Signite and Isleth right on the bridge. Going to be driving up and out of the circle near Roz as we see it spawned. Cincinnati's Elm Zero also dropping in that area. Going to be Washington going to be driving up north towards UC San Diego. You can see Ripple Overdrive and Terrence as well, who are up there. Over in Georgia, you have Oregon, our third place team, I believe.
Fourth.
Yeah, you can see that is our fourth place team. In fierce contention with Cincinnati. They're kind of going at it. Both of those teams very, very good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep, and you see, and Terrence believe he's taking some shots over at the members of Washington as they drive right up there. Saw that on the minimap. Steve B, looking at Florida International right there, overtook UConn for the 9th place coming out of the Sunday games. Going to be driving on up and grouping in that car as we wait for the first sign of action to happen. With a fairly central circle. Low chances of it being military, I would say, given the landmass and the amount of the main island that we're looking at.
Well, you never know. Naptime said that the other night.
Yeah, that's very... Yeah.
Oh, we already have our first down.
We've Terrence taken out Destinator with a UMP headshot. Believe that was north of Roz along the bridge, and Terrence from UC San Diego was up north. And Terrence going to finish off Signite as well, looking at a Washington engagement. No, they are more close now to Severny.
Yeah, Destinator from Washington, actually. So, and actually, Washington already has 2 down. Signite's dead as well.
Signite's down, but not out, I believe, right? Or is he dead?
I saw a straight up kill.
Oh boy, Washington off to a little bit of a. Washington getting to a little bit of an early skerfuffle, as the kids like to call it. Towards the southwestern end of Severny, but it's Washington again. It's one of our top teams. I'm sure they've been in this situation before. They know kind of how to pull, get out of themselves and figure out how they can best turn this bad situation into a survivable one, and then later on into a possible top 3 or win. They're not down. It's 15 teams, so no one's down yet.
Yeah, no. We're going to see an early engagement here between Robert Morris and Texas Austin. We've seen Texas Austin dropping Pachinki nearly every single game this season.
And again, that's such a great strat to see these guys practice. And overall, generally, it's something that we see a lot. UTSA does this, or the most famous in the league for dropping in the same spot every time. It's a really good strategy for teams to learn one single drop point so they can contest that and dominate that one area, because everything after that is up to chance where you're going to be moving. But if you know one spot and you're able to move in all directions out of it and contest it, if another team lands there, you're going to be in a much better spot, much better off position going into the mid-early game.
I mean, if there's any strat to practice, you might as well practice the most consistent strat. You're going to be able to hit Pachinki nearly every game, like you said, and if you can't, you have other problems.
Yep. Again, Texas Austin engaging Robert Morris. Robert Morris going to go ahead and down Suck Extreme right there. Actually, Call Me Avian going to be actually Tricks are going to finish that off, but he is hearing Degrado push around the side. Good audio cues on Degrado's end, or Degrado gave, and Trickster going to be pushing around the side. That's going to be it. Actually, Trickster managing to use the pump action to knock out Degrado. 2 down right now for Texas Austin, and Call Me Avian going to go for the finish right there. And Texas Austin put in kind of an awkward spot. Suck Extreme kind of all the way outside. Nobody down for Robert Morris right now. I believe they have all of their members left alive. Hold him ID. You can see that.
Not all of them are particularly healthy, but they're also
They're alive.
they're
And
also up.
they're also up. Second Extreme going to make a bold move. Trickster is holding the top there, holding my D, kind of debating what he wants to do.
Stuck. He got stuck.
He got stuck on the wall right there, and he's going to get finished off. And look like Elwood, the last remaining player healthy for these for Texas Austin, and just a great engagement by Robert Morris. Again, good stuff, good picks, and holding their own really in this engagement.
I'd put that more at Robert Morris's reaction to how that engagement went.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have the advantage going into this fight at all. Texas Austin had every single advantage because they had.
Elwood!
Oh my!
Fantastic spray down with the M16. Has 11 bullets left. Barely had a full mag to spray down, and managed to get one and finish off one from Texas for Robert Morris right there. Texas Austin not going down without a fight. Fantastic, actually.
He needs that AK after that.
Yeah, see, he's going to go to an AK SKS loadout just because he has the ammo. Squalid Movie as well. I'm going to go ahead and try and peek out Elwood as you saw him running over. You see him peek his head. Going for that frag grenade. Holding it a little bit. Throwing it up in the air. That may be a nice toss. Is that no, it's not going to be enough. It's going to explode a little bit too far close to where he is. And Elwood's just going to dip now. Robert Morris actually, surprisingly enough, going to lose somebody that engagement.
Yeah, probably the best thing for Elwood to do is get out now. He got 2 kills.
1 kill. He only finished one.
Kill.
He's down 2. He's still going. Trickster! Oh my gosh!
Nice, Elwood.
Fantastic shooting, and he's going to look now to Squalid Movie again, who's going to just take some great pot shots. His accuracy is on point right now. Trickster actually might bleed out right here. But Elwood, not to be taken lightly. Is he going to get... I believe he's getting rezzed right now. In the nick of time, actually. He's going to reposition himself in the 3-story right here. But definitely, he's not done. It looked like he was going to be getting out there for a second, but no, sir.
His name sounds like something I'd hear in World of Warcraft.
Kind of.
I just thought about that, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely an easier one to say, but he's going to... Again, call me Avian, and these guys... Neither of them seem to want to quit. I mean, you can see Robert Morris now turning around and looking like they're going to beat feet and get out of here. But Squalid Movie is still... He's still at that tree, that little concrete formation they have going on there. I don't really know what you want to call it, but he hasn't moved. He was down there while Elwood was in the garage, and he's still just roaming about that same area. So
you can kind of just hear the conversation going down on Robert Morris' side right now. It's like, but we have him outnumbered. It doesn't matter. He's already dropped like 4 of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't push it, especially just looking at that engagement with the SKS right there. He easily could have gone down there, Avian, if Elwood just hit one more shot. So they may be in the numbers advantage, but right now Elwood is just taking these pot shots on these guys, and it's just decimating them. In terms of meds, I mean, the meta damage that you're going to be doing to these guys is insane, especially with the amount of damage he's putting out there. They're going to be down first aids and down bandages going into the end of the, what do you call it? The end of the first circle. As we see it slowly closing in. It's about halfway closed right now. Still 15 teams alive. We have seen 6 people go down, I believe. 6 or 7 go down from the start.
Yeah, kind of leaving some teams in some rough positions too, because you have University of Washington that's kind of down to 2 now. You have Texas Austin is down to 1. So, been some pretty one-sided engagements here so far.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm getting word that Elwood is actually a professional player for Team Elevate, so kind of explains why he's doing so well for Texas Austin and just kind of holding his own. So,
yeah, I mean, does he goes to Texas Austin though, right?
He does indeed go to Texas Austin. So
I mean, that's got to be nice to have a ringer on your team, right?
Yeah, no, definitely having a member of your team also play on a professional team, it can't hurt. So,
yeah, really.
Again, now looking over at Rozhog, see team number 5. This is UC, or team 6, excuse me. This is UC Irvine, not San Diego. It's UC Irvine. A little bit more north, I believe, in California. I could be wrong. Edict, though, UC San Diego, is on the other side of the street in Rozhog, and Shabu has kind of a read on him with the 4 times, but debating whether or not to engage. Again, also Ripple Overdrive and End Terrence as well, but they're more eastbound in Rozhog, and Lens as well, even further east. Again, fights like these tend to devolve into a long-range slap fight where teams don't really do a lot of damage. It's on the general, of course, there's exceptions, but you just see teams taking shots, and you hear the claps, and no one actually really goes down. They just deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, they just kind of go poke, poke, poke.
Mhm.
I poked you again.
And you can see Edict doing exactly what I'm talking about right now with the Mini 14. Again, just trying to take these shots on the Shadow one. There's no real world in where they push across this hill without getting spotted by Irvine.
Yeah.
So San Diego just kind of taking warning shots, seeing if they can do some damage. If they can put down 2, it puts their chances to push very high, higher, because you have 2 down and you're going to have 4. And I actually really like San Diego's positioning here. They have a good spread along the northbound side of Rozhok, so they can have a good spread. You see Lenz is all the way on the east, and he has the, I believe that's a garage building or a 1-story with a wall outside.
Yeah.
So he has the area over there, and there's a good spread. So they can kind of see if they decided to push on Irvine, which it doesn't look like is going to happen. Well, they might. I can't say for certain. They're both just kind of chilling. So it's interesting to see how teams like to play these engagements, if they like to play them more passive. And of course, I've seen teams push up towards the south side of Rozhok and get on those buildings and get up on the second floor. There's a lot of flat roofs you can get onto the second half or the south half of Rozhok. So you could engage from there. It's more even at that point.
Yeah, I still would rather not be on that south side if I could avoid it. I just don't like it personally.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't ever work out for me, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it is. You don't have as much space to work around because you're in this weird middle ground of high ground, because there's ground higher than you, but there's also ground lower than you. It's like a plateau. So
yeah, plus, oh wow, they still have the zone.
They do. So they don't actually. Irvine has more of the zone than San Diego does. San Diego.
Irvine, I don't think they have to move at all.
No, they do not have to move at all. And San Diego has to move into them. So depending on how this plays out, we may see, and Lens and Ripple Overdrive, again, pushing up. They are on the north or the south side of Rozhok now, in the garage building. And
where Irvine is here, this I like. But down on those buildings right there, I really don't like it, because it's really easy to get surrounded by the people from the north, where they just kind of like set up in a firing line, spaced out about 50 to 100 meters apart, all across that north side, and then you are not in cover anywhere.
Yeah, especially
you can be shot from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ripple Overdrive right now. He's pushing up the hill. Irvine actually deciding to fall back a little bit and push back down towards school as San Diego gains ground, actually, in this kind of weird stalemate push that happened. You can see Edict behind there, staying behind on the north side of Roz, but Lens, N-Terrence, and Ripple Overdrive, again, just pushing over, and Irvine decides to cut and run, and they're going to go back towards school.
So that's probably actually so that is the right decision from UC Irvine, but I don't think they made it for the right reasons. So they from their perspective, they would have had the advantage, and they would have had no reason to move back, because they knew that they could hold UCSD down in that section of Gaza and just not let it move.
Looking now at teams 9 and 10, you got Florida International and Colorado Boulder. Again, Knights goes with the 4 times on the M14. See him taking some shots. You're going to try and peek onto Steve B, but he's going to return fire and go down a little bit. These guys actually have a really good angle. Really a good ridge, I would say, to hold these houses, as they're a little bit of in a little bit of a depression, geological depression, as you can go down where those fields are. They have a little bit of cover to work with, but I will say that Colorado Boulder is a little bit more spread out. You can see somebody on your minimap. He's in the northwest corner. He has the Heimer's Kyobos right there in Ibichi for reference. He's a little bit more spread out. Blind Toucan as well, coming in from the fields. So this is kind of the Irvine San Diego situation, where you can spread out on the top half and gain a lot of good ground and cover to fight the team who's on the lower ground. So again, long range slap fight just going down. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go down, but people just taking shots. Donovan, this is Arizona State.
Oh boy.
Yes sir. Carpe Diem actually going to go down right there from Cincinnati. I believe ASU had taken that out.
Yeah, but ASU is without their top Slayer tonight. They're without Snow Dragons.
You will see that Donovan is indeed a substitute for Snow Dragons tonight. I was getting word from Elm Zero that he was one of the worries, or Snow Dragons is one of the worries for these guys tonight going into the game. So not having them is going to be a little bit interesting, especially now that they've engaged with each other so early on. And they know who each other are, of course. So wondering how these teams are going to decide to play it.
Is that going to drop right on them?
I think it dropped a little bit further to our east on screen.
Yeah, we'd be able to see that on the mini. Wait, would we be able to see that on the mini map?
Yep. Yes, we
from
would.
the observer? We
Yes.
would?
Yep.
Okay.
So it did not drop here, otherwise that would be pretty cool.
That would be a really fun engagement to watch there.
Yeah, we're seeing, yeah, it dropped more west on the circle. You just briefly saw that in the map. Again, Blackbrain from Washington. I believe we saw Signite go down a little bit earlier. Chubba Bubba ended up fragging him out, and Blackbrain is just chilling in Pachinki. Actually, an interesting choice to
He's
hold.
actually entirely alone now. I did not see his other teammate go down, or if Washington started with 3. I don't know.
Well, they started with 4. I can tell you that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, he is entirely alone now.
Mm-hmm. Chubba Bubba had a good. You saw. I just saw it in the kill feed. We weren't spectating it, but they're now down to 1 player. So interesting to see how Washington, again, our second place team right now, is going to do this, or is going to try and pull this off. Again, it's just a lot of passive play. It's a lot of knowing where people are. No teams have currently been eliminated. There's still 15 teams still waiting for somebody to go down. So.
Yeah. So we. I mean,
It's just.
It's been kind of a boring but not boring early game. It's definitely not boring from a strategic, from a tactical perspective, but because we're seeing all these teams attempting to play for the long game again and position themselves as best as they can for that long game. But you know, we haven't seen much gunplay yet, and but I think we're about to, considering this circle.
Yeah, especially looking now, I got teams 3 and 5, Oregon and San Diego right now. Oregon going to be choosing to hold up on the little bit of the hills right there towards, I mean, I don't know what you call that, plain field, but you know it, that there's not a lot of cover there. There's just a little bit of elevation to work with right to the southwest of school. Now looking at Marku going to knock down Argonauts, and Sergeant Major Big Bear going to look to get the frag. Yep, he's going to go down. This is Arizona right now, shooting over, getting shot at currently by UC Irvine.
Swindle, don't move.
No, he can't move. Right now, he can't do it. He's just, he's going to alt look and just use his audio, the audio clues to avoid getting caught out by UC Irvine.
The audio in this game is probably the most important resource, to be quite honest. Like, I know for a fact that I use audio to tell where people are more than I use my eyes, to be completely honest.
Of course. Penguins from University of Florida, actually looking at Arizona right now, Arizona State. You saw Raikou go down there, but he's going to get picked up. Agony, go ahead and get him right there. And again, I was saying this last night that Arizona does that. They hold the hill, but switching now. Ryan Blocks from Clemson University shooting at Elwood from Texas Austin, who is still in Pachinki. And now Clemson's moved into Pachinki as Elwood just tries to hold his building right there. He's in that little garage building and now enters Texas Tech, who rolls in up close towards the building. You see them stopping at that blue 1-story. And now Elwood just has...
approaches.
Yeah, definitely. Elwood has to be panicking a little bit right now. As you see... Oh, you can see Shabu knock out. Kill Flying Toucan. Kadibu gonna get Shabu. Nice Ghost. Elwood knocking out Wattler. Haiti gonna get UCSD the wet. Chubba Bubba gonna finish off Lenz, and Bigham getting team reaching as Elwood pushes in. Is gonna knock down Shark as well. Fantastic. Elwood just absolutely fragging out. Gonna go for the finish as well. Endless Void looking for Wattler right now as he tries, maybe gonna vault out the window, but he's getting suppressive fired from the other buildings. And Elwood just holding his own, holding the Alamo basically right now as he's trying to fend off these invaders. He has 2 first aid kits, 15 bandages to work with, a destroyed helmet, and a medium level vest. And Endless Void Wattler are still down outside.
You see this, folks? This is the difference between pro players and semi-pro. If you want to be pro, you got to be at least this good. You got to 1v8.
Basically, Elwood has just fought off so many teams at this point. He fought off Robert Morris in the beginning. He's fought off Texas Tech right now. Now he's fighting Clemson as well. He just has to hold his own. So now we're looking at ASU again. Ooh, actually, Fallen Angel going to go down right in there. Elm Zero from Cincinnati going to get him. He's looking for revenge now on ASU. Cincinnati and ASU, a little bit of a rival here, and he's going to peek out Donovan. Trying to get those spray down with the cart with the Scar Elm. Not able to connect, though. He's going to do a lot of damage to Donovan right now. ASU.
I mean, these are 2 of our teams in the top 3. We're looking at the first place and the third place right now.
These guys really, I mean, in a friendly kind of rivalry way. These guys are fighting against each other, doing their best. just to like see who can edge each other out in terms of points. They're very close. They're all in the top 3. Now looking again, this is team 3. You got Oregon right here with San Diego. Again, you saw Oregon really previously they were in the hills in the fight, but now they're pushed up inside the house, and Edict is going to hold his own from San Diego against the Oregon push as they enter this 3-story right now. You see him holding the right angle and waiting for those pushes to happen.
At this point, At this point, you just kind of got to stack the team up and just kind of just push up those stairs and just knock them out.
Yeah.
Because one of you might go down, but at that point, you just got to push up here and take them out because you know that they got to move or die.
Yep. Penguins looking a little bit real as Chubba Bubba knocks out and Terrence as well. Looking at Ibichi. Florida International, this is Team 9, and U of Florida, so our 2 Florida teams engaging with each other. As Cincinnati, you know, Cold Boy right now, again, taking some shots. This is an all-out brawl. Elm Zero knocking out Raikou from ASU, and is going to finish off the kill. Ibichi going to get Penguins. Norton Goldman, and knock out Penguins, finish the kill. Down
Elm
to
Zero popping off this game.
Yeah, Elm Zero's been he's been on point recently, and it's good to see him going off like this, especially against their rivals ASU. And you can just see them, they're doing the strat where they have so many teams against each other, and they are just fighting Carpe Diem, gonna get noobs going wild. They are just doing an absolutely fantastic job of engaging multiple teams at a time as Agni does an interesting spread and pushes all the way around, leaving Donovan kind of alone to contend with all of these teams right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in the current vicinity. Donovan pushed outside towards the RV right now. Again, he has a read on where Cincinnati is. It is going to peek onto Elm Zero, who's not going to take as much damage as I initially thought with that angle. Squalid move going to get Shadow once.
This whole area is just a cluster right now.
It's insane.
No one knows what's going on here.
Except for Cincinnati.
Except for Cincinnati. They see everyone.
They
see everything.
They're in complete control. I believe that they're calm right now. They know where everybody is. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but using individual skill, audio clues, and just good aim, I guess it goes back to individual skill, but the same kind of thing applies, that they can engage all of these teams at once and come out the top, and especially as these other teams engage each other. You're going to see team 14 and 9. You got Clemson and Florida International engaging with each other right now. Leaving Cincinnati, you're going to see go down to Elm Zero, going to get Steve B. Fantastic shooting. Again, just taking advantage of the situation. Ryan Blocks quickly scanning the horizon, seeing where these guys are. Looking at Ibichi, but he's going to hit the rock instead. Again, popping up, trying to take those shots as Elwood, still alive, pushes in right now. He's going to get shot at a little bit as he comes in. Going to do a little bit of a ring around the rock right now, throwing some smokes, trying his best just to get in right now, as he's going to move down towards Robert Morris. Fantastic work. 8D down currently for Oregon. Edict alive. Shots ringing out across Robert Morris, pushing down on this hill right now. Edict going to be jumping outside the window. Going to get engaged with feeling the curry. He's going to go down though. So leaving Chubba Bubba alive is going to get it. He's absolutely going to get it. And there goes San Diego, going to knock out Oregon right there with our 4th place team going to finish 13th.
Great fight from UCSD.
Fantastic work. Again, here comes Robert Morris, though, who fought off Texas Austin, heard the shots, and Trickster is kind of out for blood, as Edict's going to be doing a little bit of looting, but he's kind of a solo boy right now. He's going to push around. Is Trickster going to be able to see it? He's going to try and go for the spray down, but he's not able to connect, though, so that suppressed AK not going to do as much work. He's going to go get an Edict, knocking out 2 of them. Call me Avian now, last player left alive. Here's him. Is Edict able to 1v3 2 teams? He's going to push outside. He's going for the res. Now's the Edict's time to push. And he looks like he's going to push a little bit towards the side. He's going to peek a little bit. So Swallow Move is going to go down, but I think he's going to get the res off right now. Now Edict is getting fire from over the hill. Robert Morris did get the rest off. They have 30 seconds, though, in this zone. Starts to chunk once it connects. And they don't have too far. Steve B going to go down right now. Agni from ASU getting that frag and put him down again. Norton Golden going to go down right there. And Florida International is going to get finished off in 12th place as Agni gets another 3-piece.
I don't know if you noticed what they did, but they actually split up. Donovan stayed behind, and Agni took off ahead to scout ahead to see if there's anybody else and find a safe spot where Donovan could get into the circle while trying to hold off UC.
Yeah, just fantastic work. So now looking at it, we have you saw Edict actually go down right there. Trickster, Playzone going to get Call Me Avian, and I believe that's going to be it. Bigum actually from Texas Tech. Going to go on. Ryan blocks 2 right now. Beam reaching. kind of close. He's going to switch over. Big Cheese Boy going to go down as well. Big great headshot, shooting at Noob's Gone Wild now, and Beam reaching behind the car, but that's not going to be enough. And Texas Tech going to hold a little bit too aggressive as the zone closes in and finishes him off right there. And Clemson University is going to take it. Casual Guacamole going to knock and kill Grit J from the University of Connecticut. Right now, it goes to UConn. Casual Guacamole, Team 10 from Colorado Boulder. They're in a little bit of a rough spot right now, I would say.
Yeah, they're wedged between Colorado Boulder and University of Cincinnati. University of Cincinnati has positioned themselves so well here.
Cincinnati just doing a fantastic work. You have one member of Washington in the relative same compound that you have to worry about, but other than that, I mean, he's not going to be doing much, especially because he's solo right now. He doesn't really have to work as hard. It doesn't have to do anything. You see Blackbrain is just sitting there as Carpe Diem and Cold Boy kind of hold that yellow building right there as UConn advances inside of the zone on the trees. Still 7 teams and 14 players left alive. Wow, there are a lot of teams left. 14 players. That is insane. There's an average of 2 players per team right now. Ali D, Divine Mercy, and Mr. Must from UConn. Again, now looking at Carpe Diem, who is going to be a little bit low right now. Blackbrain, again, the solo boy, Team 18, U of Florida, University of... Just great where they are holding down the hill. You can see up northern on the hill, you have Clemson University. Texas Austin is still in this. ASU still in this. So
wow, that circle.
Oh my gosh.
That
circle.
University of Cincinnati just playing everybody here. Oh,
yeah.
Did Zero die?
I believe he did go down, otherwise he probably would have been there. You see UConn is going to make the aggressive push onto Cincinnati right now. And Divine Mercy leading the charge. Carpe Diem, here's where these guys are coming. Going to try and peek out the window. He's not going to get a good angle from there. As you hear the shots, they are inside right now, so it's a fight between the two. Looking at Carpe Diem as UConn enters the building right now. Going to be shooting down on Cold Boy as Carpe Diem peeking out. Ali D a little bit low. Going to go down right there. Mr. Muffs and Cold Boy going to go down as Mr. Muffs crazy into the building. Divine Mercy is in as well, but Mr. Muffs is going to go down. Going to try for the finish right now. Carpe Diem a little bit low as Divine Mercy gets the finish. Carpe Diem let 1v1. Divine Mercy knows exactly where he is. He's behind the door. He could shoot the door down, but he could go for the res. So what Divine Mercy is going to do, he's going to try. He's on burst fire with the M16. He's going to go down, and UConn takes out Clemson. Let's go. Good job. Good push. A little bit nervous, but they made it happen.
That went real sour for University of Cincinnati real quick.
I'm surprised Divine Mercy even got those shots off with the M16 on burst. That's usually a single fire weapon, but he made it work. Donovan from ASU in agony going over onto Clemson right now as Big Cheese Boy goes down and ASU pushes down onto Beam reaching is going to get him. Elwood actually getting credit for Big Cheese Boy.
That's going to be it for Clemson, yeah.
Now looking at Texas Austin, Elmwood just playing a fantastic game right now.
Are you kidding me? Blackbrain from University of Washington is still alive.
He's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing.
He just sat there. But that's all he's had to do. And now he's going to get his team a top 5, even though almost all of them died right off the bat.
Yeah, and you know that just and he's being aggressive. He's taking shots at Donovan. He's really confident. It's great work.
I don't think UConn even knows he's there.
No, Captain Tasty does, as he takes some shots over at Elwood and going to finish him off with the Mini 14. But what a great performance from him tonight.
Yeah, great job from him trying, being in a bad spot. Great job from him.
Yeah, played it very well. Captain Tasty from Team 18. This is University of Florida. So right now, I believe UConn has the most players alive. ASU has 2. Washington has 1. Florida has 1.
UConn has 3 right now.
It's rough. I'm surprised. We had a 3rd and a last place finish yesterday, so seeing this situation, it's pretty good so far. So now looking at it, it's hard to say. UConn has the compound, but let's just see where the zone actually goes. That'll give us a little bit more of an advantage as to it's gonna land on.
No matter what happens here, someone's not gonna be in a good position.
It's gonna be UConn has the compound. ASU is outside of the zone. They're gonna be pushing down onto it,
but they have to push down through basically an open field with a couple trees. That's it.
That's all you got. It. It's gonna be rough.
They should move now if they're going to move. I don't think UConn's particularly being observant of this hill right now.
Yeah.
If they're going to move, they need to move now.
Yeah, Donovan in ASU needs to move sooner rather than, but Captain Tasty kind of got caught out. Donovan with the eagle eye is going to spot him out, and UConn. Again, they're favored to win here. And I'm not just saying that because they go there, but they really genuinely are. They have the zone, they have the compound, they have most players left alive. Their whole thing is in their favor. So Captain Tasty is going to be running across, going to give everybody information onto where ASU is right now. Blackbrain just holding his corner, holding his little shack.
I know ASU is super aggressive, but I definitely would not have taken those shots. Now University of Connecticut knows exactly where you are.
And they have to reposition immediately. And Down to Huck and the rest of these guys from U of Florida are going to be holding these trees. They're going to be making an aggressive stance from the hills, move towards the trees. They're not actually in yet, so they still do have to move.
Great long flank from them, though.
Yeah, they played it really well. You saw the smokes go out. The smokes were of questionable utility, but they moved in enough time. Now looking at this is perfect. Agni is engaging with Team 18 right now. U of Florida and ASU. This is exactly what UConn wanted to happen right now. These teams were their two biggest obstacles to winning. Again, Donovan taking some shots. Down Huck is really low, going to be getting that first aid off right behind the rock right there. Again, now Donovan 4 times taking some shots. Agni as well, peeking outside on Captain Tasty. Down Huck. Tasty going to be hit once. Down Huck as well, going to be holding a little bit more of an aggressive stance as they slowly inch their way inside of the zone. Divine Mercy going to go down the right. It is Captain Tasty actually pushes the compound. Divine Mercy is going to go down, looking like he's going to be trying to get finished off. But Captain Tasty is as well going to take a lot of damage. He tosses the nade inside, going to go for the second repeat onto Divine Mercy. Are those nades going to be enough? They are, and he's going to knock down Divine Muff, or Mr. Muffs with him. Is going to get so many nades. Ali D is going to knock down Captain Tasty and finish him off as well. So UConn down but not out, as suddenly they're down to 1 player, and so is U of Florida, leaving ASU with 2 left alive, the most players. Everybody else is a solo boy.
This is actually kind of a ridiculous ending.
This is insane. There's so much fun. There's 4 teams. There's
4 teams, 5 players in this tiny freaking... This is the last circle. This one right here is the final one.
Yep, Ali D going to go down there. Donovan going to finish that off for UConn with a 4th place finishes. Agni again pushes towards the shack. Blackbrain's in there from Washington.
He's smarter than that. He's not going to peek it.
Oh yeah, no, he has no idea. That's great. He has to move. Blackbrain does have to move eventually. He can't stay there for Down the Huck. Actually, going to knock out Donovan. U of Florida going to knock out for 1. And Agni, last player left alive.
Oh, you know, Blackbrain is sitting here laughing.
Oh, he's cackling. He's in that little shack. He's having a good old time.
3 teams left. Call it.
ASU.
ASU?
I don't know. I have a feeling.
I'm going to differ. I'm going to say Blackbrain on this one.
You're going to say Blackbrain? That would be
I'm going to say Blackbrain.
The world's greatest success story and the reason why this is called a survival game.
Yes.
Nope. Blackbrain going to go down right there as Agni gets a good spray down. And Washington going to finish with 3rd, which is not bad. Now it is a 1v1.
Oh boy, now they know where each other are.
Yep, Down to Huck and Agni, 1v1, U of Florida and ASU as Agni pushes around the corner, is going to get the easy clap onto Down to Huck, and that is going to be your match finish, ladies and gentlemen, as Arizona takes 3 diamond games in a row.
Yep.
That's 3.
Triple up. Can they beat Kennesaw, though? That's the question.
That's the real question. Kennesaw had 4.
Can they match it, or even better, can they beat it?
If they match it, we'll have to wait till Sunday. But at the rate these guys are playing, who would know? And again, U of Florida coming in 2nd, Washington coming in 3rd, UConn coming in 4th, and Texas Austin coming in 5th. Elwood having 4 kills and great just game sense coming out of Agni, having 6 kills, by the way. Captain Tasty from Florida having 3. Washington actually coming out with 0 kills. Ali D and Divine Mercy from UConn having 2 each. Elwood having 4. I see Trickster over there having 4 as well. Edict, San Diego having 4. Shabu, 4 as well. So, yeah, what a great game. ASU just playing a very, very solid video game right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Actually, we are going to go bring you guys right now to Elwood, who's going to be coming in for a quick interview. So if we are going to bring him in and talk about what he did. We're going to transition over really quick. Hey, Elwood, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Not too bad. What a game you guys just played right there. That was fantastic work coming out of you. You just really surviving out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had to secure the placement once my team got wiped in Pachinki, so I had to kind of disengage and then just go for the placement for the
Yeah.
points.
What would you
You played
say?
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. You played it. You played it excellently, Elwood. Honestly, you showed the most restraint out of just about any player that we have in CBA. Most of them in your position get jumpy. It's like I want to pull a trigger. I want to pull a trigger. But no, you held yourself back. That was an excellent play from you.
Yeah, I've been in the comp scene for a while, so I mean, they teach us, to when to shoot and when to not, and when you need to just get play or the zone.
Mm.
And it was that's a really hard zone at the end there to secure
Yeah.
placement, so I tried my best.
No, definitely. There was a lot of teams out there towards the end. I think a lot of
Yeah,
teams just
I was surprised how many solos and duos there were left, considering there were only 8 people up on the board, and I got 5th. So
yeah, right. What would
Yeah,
you
that was
say is
fantastic.
like kind of not to say like what your strategy is, but like what is your mentality going into the end of the game? Like what is going through your mind? Is it a lot of like chaos or is it just a lot of, this is what I need to do. I've been trained in this.
yeah, I mean, I just kind of look what I need to get, like where I need to get in the zone, what fights I need to take their position. I was kind of caught in a pickle at the end where there was two guys on my left and then the guy on the right, and then just an open field in the middle. So I kind of like hesitated, and I probably should have taken the fight up on the guys on the left to try to secure a position, or else I was just gonna die out in the open field to the guys in the houses. So
Yeah, no. So I'm just curious, what's your experience with competitive PUBG? I know you said you've been in the game for a while. I know you play for Elevate. So what's that been like for you?
it's been good. We've had a couple roster changes, so we're just now kind of getting used to the roster we have now.
Mm.
I just recently stepped down and I'm in the substitute position for my roster due to school and stuff. So, but
Yeah, it's understandable.
the guy that's taking my place is really skilled, so I think they'll do well.
Awesome.
Right now we're second in ESU. We're in Showdown right now, PUBG Online. We're first in Awesome, so I guess the roster change is doing pretty well.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time and coming to talk to us. We appreciate getting a little bit of an insight to your guys' mentality towards the end of the game.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. This is only my second time playing in the Collegiate League, and it's been fun so far, so keep it up.
Looking forward to seeing what you bring to the Texas Austin roster.
Yeah, hopefully I get to
Awesome.
see you wreck some more.
Yeah, I got y'all.
All right. Have a good night and good luck in game 2.
Y'all too. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so now after that, fantastic first game. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stat sheets. Again, going to compare these. These are our top killers updated as of yesterday. So these are definitely going to be moving around a little bit, but these are in the league. You see, rightfully so, Elm Zero was a little bit worried about Snow Dragons, who's in the second place for top killers with 74, leading only by Urine Treble. 71, and then Elm Zero having 64, but that's going to go way up tonight as he did really well. And Snow Dragons wasn't there, so that is going to put Elm Zero maybe closer to being ahead of Urine Treble. I'm not sure he got quite to Treble's place, but close enough, I would say.
Yeah.
And then Suka is still just, dominating with a 93 on the top, having just a 19-point lead on Snow Dragons, 19 kills. So just, in UTSA has Raven as well, who has 62 right now. And then Be the Victim from UTK actually came up and now is 58, who's in the 6th place position. Again, just great work. A lot of these teams, and ASU did this so well tonight, is in Cincinnati as well. Give a quick shout out. They can engage multiple teams, and that is slowly becoming the one thing that I see the top teams doing altogether. They can
effectively split their attention, and I've talked to several of the shot callers who are on these teams that can engage all these teams around them at the same time. Their tactic is to know who can take what angles and know who can cover what sections effectively, and then assign them to those sections that they're most effective for. So that way, if you have one player who is really good at looking at like a small cone of sight, then you know that you have that player look on your small side, or you have one player who's really good, like with the sniper, he looks on the long side, and that's how these shot callers and team captains are really starting to really up the ante here. Is they know their team so well at this point
Mhm.
that they understand how to play them, and that's what is really differentiating these teams.
And with that, speaking of differentiating, we're actually going to bring you ASU's Agni, who you saw win that last game. So we're going to transition over to him real quick and get his thoughts on the last game and ASU in general. Hey, Agni, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing great after that win.
Yeah,
Really excited.
that's fantastic. That was your guys' third win in a row, actually, for the Diamond Division. So what was going through your mind towards the end of the game there? Did you know where Blackbrain was from Washington?
I didn't know where Blackbrain was, but when Donovan got down, I was expecting that fight to be a 1v2. So I didn't want to play around where Donovan was down because I know that they'd be expecting me around there. So I just abandoned Donovan. And then I went to the other side trying to watch the cross because there's two houses in the circle. And then I started hearing footsteps around the corner, and I just like pre-fired that corner thinking he was turning it, but then he was a little away, so I had to adjust my aim, and then I got him down over there. But when Blackbrain died, I was pretty shocked because I don't know where the last guy is, and I was already sweating it so hard in the end. Like, can I even make this 1v2? He could be prone anywhere, and like I have to play circle now. And if the circle, like if my teammates weren't watching Donovan's perspective and give me the info of like where the other guy was, I probably wouldn't have made that, and like I would have had to play the circle, and that area is so bushy and like there's so much grass and everything, so it's really hard to spot.
No,
and
definitely.
it would have been a 50-50 at that point.
Yeah. So I know you guys have to sub out your top fragger tonight, and how has that affected the way you play? Has Donovan kind of taken on, or should I ask, what was his role kind of on your team as we go into talking more about who's designated roll caller? How did the substitute kind of affect your guys' performance, if it did at all?
It actually, I don't think it affected our performance a lot. What the sad thing was that we flipped our vehicle and half of our squad died while trying to get to the circle, which usually doesn't happen, but that was really unlucky. And then after that, it was just me and Don the whole way. We kind of just abandoned our down teammates because we were getting shot at from all angles. And then Don was watching my back, and I was like trying to secure a spot in the circle. As soon as we got into the circle, we're not going to let anyone come behind us. That was pretty much the mindset. I like tried to flank around every person in our vicinity, killed them all. I think it was Florida International. And after that, it was just like me and Don versus the world.
Yeah. So we kind of watched you there get stuck between a circle and a Cincinnati place.
So I've said often that on streams, a lot of these teams can, especially you guys, being a prime example of it, can engage multiple teams at one time. And like, what goes through your guys' head? What's the call outs like when you're deciding, when you know there's so many teams around you and you have to engage them? Is that
it comes off on a lot of trust. I mean, in our practice, we do argue a lot, and like we went through a lot of fighting among ourselves about what should we do and what not. But after all those arguments and like dealing with them, like sitting and dealing out each and every problem, I think there's a lot of trust between each individual player that they can handle a certain amount of stress. And playing around my teammates a lot, like we all played around each other so much that we can understand the severity of someone's situation and like the engagement they're taking. And based on that, we like either choose to disengage the squad we're fighting to go help them out, and then so we work those callouts like that. But for the most part, we're all doing individual tasks and engaging multiple squads, unless like some squad runs really close to us, in which case like all of us divert our attention to the immediate threat, and then we go back to doing whatever we want to do, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, Agni, who is the shot caller on your team?
It's Rai.
Rai? Raikou? Okay. So you guys have all been playing together since the beginning of last season. You've had pretty much the exact same roster the whole time. Now, you guys have all, like you said, you all have a lot of trust in each other. Raikou, now, this is one thing that I've talked to other captains. They've said that knowing their team members is one of the most important parts of actually being able to engage multiple teams from the same position at the same time. Now, Reich, I'm guessing he has super effective callouts. Have you guys ever had issues between teammates with having callouts like that, and I want to cover this section or I want to cover the other section?
Oh, tons of issues, tons of issues. Like, I don't know, like when we started out in the beginning of the season, it was chaos. Like we were doing team chemistry stuff, like basics, like ABCs, and we went through a lot in those respects. But eventually it came down to the point where we developed a system about, so usually it's all of us putting inputs, right? Like, okay, we should do this or we should do that. And then Rai is taking time. He's always thinking to try and like make the best, highest play with the least risk and highest reward, basically. So we're always throwing ideas around, and sometimes like it gets really chaotic in comms. But then when he says something and we're doing this, we all commit to it regardless of what happens. Like we won't question that decision in game ever. When Rai says something and we're doing this, like we commit to it. After the game, we discuss it and we're like, we should go about this. If something goes down and like something is wrong, then we discuss it after the game and we're like, we should do this and this and this went wrong. And like we throw out all our opinions, and then that is a different story altogether. But yeah, it's never smooth in any team, I believe. I'd be surprised if some team just like got together and like they're doing it really smooth with no arguments in CBA or anything.
Damn. What are the odds of that happening, you know?
Yeah.
But it seems like you guys have it smoothed out more than just about any other team, and it is reflected by your placement right now. You guys have 3 straight wins, and we hope to see you do more in the future.
Yeah.
We're trying to nail the last game, hopefully.
I'm rooting for you guys with the 4-peat. That would be awesome to see. And then maybe going on to
Kennesaw.
Yeah, see you in the match, can maybe even beat them with their 4-peat.
We'll try.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you. It was really good insight, and I'm glad you took the time to come talk to us.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck in game number 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a short break and then coming back to you guys for the game number 2. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.